down dress, and it has lacing in the side. You can adjust the lacing the way you want. So look at the back. The back is a fly-on from the hand, like you can see, to the other hand, and it's a very neat. So let's just go right to the table, to the cutting table to see it. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to Vicky to Program Gist with Victoria here today. Alright, how are you all doing? Hope you're fine. So thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I don't know what you are waiting for. I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn off notification button to see more of my video when I upload it. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. Returning subscribe, you know I love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the video. So as you can see on the first video, it's a button down dress that has a loop and it has lacings in the side. So these are the materials we are going to be using for this beautiful dress. Yeah, actually, where I saw the dress, they used materials for this for the top, but I'm going to be using Ankara because I want it to be more creative and all of that. You can use any fabric of your choice. So I'm going to be using this Ankara, and this is the main fabric. This is black materials, and I'm using this Ankara and scissors and tape. Just let's get right to the cutting. Right. Alright guys, I already fold the fabric into two. Like the dress is a short material, so you fold it into two. So we are going to cut. They're going to measure now is the length of where you want your dress to be. And I want it to be 43 inches. Don't make sure you draw it well. And you so 43. Then I'm still going to drag it down so you guys will see. I just wanted to do the measurement first. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is measuring the bottom part, 2 inches, just the way I'm doing it. Okay guys, so the next thing that we're going to measure is your armhole line. Let me drag it down. We are going to measure armhole line and the waist line and the hip line, and so that's the middle. So my armhole line, I'm going to be using 8 inches because if it is the waist measurement, and I hope you get, and that is 16 inches. 16 inches. And you can see you can actually be using ruler for all these things that I'm drawing, so to be straight. And the next measurement is hip measurement. In my measurement is 25 from the waist to the I measure 9 inches down. From my waist to my hip is 9 inches. So I measure 9 inches, and the next measurement is the length. And my length, the length of dress, what I want to use is 43 inches. I already measure it down at first. So if you have not measured this is time for you to measure your down part. So these are the main measurements we need: the shoulder line, the armhole line, the waistline, and the hip line. So after that line, just the way I'm doing, then the shoulder line I'm going to be using is my shoulder measurement is 8 inches. So I'm going to be using 8 inches for the shoulder. For the neck, I'm going to be using 2.5 inch. You can actually use 3 inches, but I'm going to be using. Let me drag this so you guys can be seeing it. So for the neck, I'm going to be using 2.25. Yeah, 2.25, or you can actually use 2.5. You can, if the person is more bigger, you can use 3 by 3. So the down part is going to be 3 inches. Sorry. So I'm going to use my cuff ruler to cuff it. You can use hand method like I always say, but So you can use your cuff ruler. And the next thing, where this place you go down by 1 inch to you go down by 1 inch and use your ruler to draw this to your, so like you can see, and I hope you guys are seeing it here. So after that, you draw this place to the bottom part, just the way I'm doing it. Bottom part. So the next measurement is you are going to measure your bust to get our arm. You measure your bust. My bust is 40 and divided by 4, and that is 10 inches. Then I'll add half inch to not be too tight. It's not good. And I'll add 1.5 inch or 2 inches. You can actually use 1.5 inch or 2 inches, but I'm using 1.5 inch. Or so 1.5 inch is okay. So that is what we use to get our hammer. You can draw this down just like this, the way I'm doing it, and we get our hammer. Okay. So now we have get our hammer. Let me drag it first for the next measurement. So now that we have get our hammer, we are going to the waist measurement. As you know that the waist actually have a lacing, so this waist is not going to be a fitted shirt. It's going to be a free, not too free and not too loose, not too free and not too tight. Yeah. So my waist is 32 divided by 4, and that is 8 inches. So you measure your waist or your client's waist and divide it by 4. So we add 1.5 inch for the loose. We want it to be loose. And the 1.5 inch we did here, we add it for the allowance. This 1.5 inch is for the lacing part to make it more fitted. The hip side, you measure the person hip. My own hip is 42. 42 divided by 4. It's 10.5. Sorry, I don't want the down part to be too free, but not too free and not too tight. You get? So the 10.5 here, and we are going to add the 1.5 inch I put here, 1.5 inch, and for the allowance 1.5 inch too. Yeah, that is how we are going to do it, and you draw it together, draw everything together. That's the way I'm doing it. You could see the shape is already coming out. So I'll measure here for the down part, and this is 13.5, and I'll measure the down. I'll make it the same thing to the down one. I'll make it same thing. So it will just give us a little A shape something, but not that A shape. So this is all for the front, and we're going to use this front to cut out the back. So I'm going to be cutting this out now. Of course, the front. So I want to show you guys a little bit of what I want to do. Like what I want to do. We have go down by this half inch, but we are still going to join it with the back. So we are going to go up by half, just quarter of an inch, like half inch or quarter of an inch, to sew it with the front part, so it will not disturb the sitting of the dress, like you can see. So I'm going to be cutting out this now. Guys, I already put the back on the front, and this is it. Like you can see, like I always say, you bring out your button that you can actually use your iron to fold it just the way I did. So this is how I do mine. So I just bring it out. So the twist, the first twist is that you make sure your back is a bit longer. As you can see on the first video, there's a fly in the back with the hand. So we are going to cut the back part into two. So when we cut it and join it together, it will be, if we make it the same length with the front, it will be shorter than the front when we want to join it. So you put 1 inches extra in the down part of the back. So after that, let me first of all do this one and show you guys what I'm trying to say. So the first twist, another twist is that the back is usually used to be longer than the front. So that's what I want to do. So for the allowance, yeah, it's usually used to be longer with 1 inches, but with allowance we put it 2.5 inches. So you measure your 2.5 inches just the way I'm doing right now. You can see what I'm trying to do. Let me drag it so you guys will see what. So you do your 1.5 inches just the way I'm doing it. Have you 2.5 inches? Sorry, for the back. Back is usually used to be longer. So you do the other part is going to be the same thing. The armor and every other thing will be the same thing. But the only difference is that the back will be longer than the front with 1 inches, and the slope, the this space will be 2 inches longer than the back. So it will sit well when you do it. So to cut out the neck line, you see this place. Where's my ruler? You see this place, that this measurement, you draw it down like this, and you now do it like this. So it will be the same with the front part. Yeah, it will be the same. And you now use your cuff ruler to do the cuff. You can use your hand method like usual. So that is it. Then you cut it out now. Let me drag it down and show you guys what I'm trying to see. So that is gonna have 1 inches extra. So look at the down part. Sorry, this thing is a bit short. So look at it. I already put out the down part. Look at, it's more longer than the front. So when I join it, it will just be the same thing with the. I will let you guys understand what I'm trying to see. You will understand this very soon now. So yeah, it's 1 inches longer than the front part. Just the way you can see it like this here. So I'm going to be cutting it out now. I just wanted you guys to understand that before I continue cutting it. Like here. That is going to be looking like, you see, it's the same thing when you put it like this, and it does not show the same thing, like the length is not the same thing. You should cut it again. So this two place must be the same thing. So the next thing that we're going to do now, okay, I said we are going to be splitting the back to two, but the thing is that if you are going to split, if you are not going to put your flyer, the flyer, you see, you just put it on top of the head, that will be showing your sewing here. You don't need all this extra 1 inches allowance. But if you want to cut it like the way I did it, you need extra 1 inches allowance. I want to make that clear before I continue the video. Alright guys, I already cut out the both, put the front aside a bit, and we are going to focus on the back. So the first thing that we're going to do, I want to cut out the cutting I'm saying. So you fold this upper part, the 1 inches that is going, let me bring it down so you guys will see it well. So you fold the upper part, just the 1 inches that is going to be folded upon towards the front, like that. Then you measure 6 inches. I'm going to be using 6 inches, but you can actually use say 5 inches for yours. You can use 5 inches, you can use any inches you want, but I'm going to be using 6 inches for the for the cutting and any other thing. So you're going to use, so you use your ruler to straight it. So you use your ruler to straight it. Make sure the 6 inches is well placed. Make one, like it to be well placed. So I've done draw it finished. So we are going to be cutting it like this. When you are sewing it, first thing that we are going to use, you sew it down with half inch. So when you sew it down, to jump up. So that's the essence of the 1 inches we added. I hope you understand. So after that, and yeah, okay. As you know, we have already cut out this, so I'm going to put the front part with the back part and put it. It will be the same length, so I'll know if it's the same thing. So because this space is a bit weird, it has to be the same thing with the front. It has to be the same thing with the front, the front. So this part, we are going to cut out the darts now. I'm going to bring, add this dart is a bit different from normal darts. It has loop, so I'm going to be showing you guys how we are going to be putting our loop to our dress. The first thing I'll go and do now is join these two together with the gathers. Like you just join it together with gathers. This back, these two back. So when I'm done, I'll come and show you guys. Alright guys, so after joining, I already joined it with a gathers. So I joined the back with gathers. So the next thing now we are going to be join our dots. And this has a loop. So it's going to be different with your normal shirt dress. So the loop in the right side facing you. Like I'm going to be using the loop with the right side with this chalk. So I'm going to be using this chalk because I want everybody to see the drawing. But if you're doing it on your own at home, you can actually use a pen or pencil that is not going to be shown, but you can see. You get it? If you're using a hair. So, but I'm going to be using this chalk because I want everybody to see. So we are going to be drawing, we fold the back side into two, just the way I do it. Right side, fold it right side into two. This is the right side, like you can see. And you fold it into two. You fold it into two, just the way. Okay, guys. Now I'm done with the that. It's just like you measure your normal that. So I'm going to be explaining now. So the first thing that you're going to do is fold your allowance into two. I used 1.5. So you fold the 1.5 into two to measure. Our shoulder, this arm hole is 8 inches. So that's how I get my 16 inches for the mid. So from here, I measure my nipples measurements, and that is 11. So from here, from the 16, I measure 11. So from the down part, from your butt, from our waist to our hip is 9 inches. So for the dart, you are going to come up by 2 inches upward before you get to the hip side. Let me explain. 2 inches upward before you get to the hip side. That's where your dart will get to. Then you measured half inch here, half inch here. That is what I did, and I did the same thing to the back side. So now we are going to do it like this. So the reason why I do this dart to the right side is because of the loop that we are going to be using. So like I told you guys that we are using this fabric to do the flying and the loop. We're using Ankara fabric. So now I'm going to go and cut. We're going to cut the loop of this, and I'm going to go and sew it sew it and come and show you guys. I'll be back and explain how we are going to attach it to this. Okay guys, I'm done with doing the loop guy lip. So loop, this is the loop that I do. So we are going to be like this thing that we do, we are going to still do it in the front part. So I want you guys to know. So the first thing that we are going to do now is we are going to be measuring 3 inches. So this is how we are going to be putting it inside. Let me measure it first. You see this midpoint? Let me show you guys very well. You see this midpoint, like this middle line? That is where we are going to put the loop. And this is how we are going to put the loop. You take the waist measurement. You know we measure 8 inches. We used 8 inches for the shoulder. So the 16 inches, you notch it. I already notched my own down. So you go up by 1 inch. You can actually use 1.5, 2, anyone you want. But me, I'm going to be using 1 inch. So one will be here, 1 inch here, and up here to 1 inch. And we go down to 1 inch here and 1 inch here. So that is how I want my loop, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loop that will be on the dress. So we are going to measure. I'm coming. We are going to measure 3 inches. We are going to be measuring. I want the one that is big a bit. So let's use this one. This all is the same to you, trust me. But I just so we are going to be measuring 3 inches. Three inches. So 3 inches. So because it's 5, we are going to be you do it like this, do it like this, and I'm going to sew it down. Okay, so okay guys, I already do a hair. You can see, you just hold it. You see, let me use this one for example. I've not seen. I just stitch it down in the middle. So I'll use my scissors to clean this thing just like this. So you clean it, you now stitch it. You just use the stitch and it will look like this. So I felt like the back is a bit much when I put, so it's just like be 9, 10 inches. So you can make your own more closer than mine. But yeah, that's it. So let me go and do this one, and I'm going to do the front. I'm going to do the front one, and I'm going to bring the cloth and tell you guys what we are going to do next. Okay guys, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done with the darts, and I've done the front darts too, as you can see. So the next thing that we are doing is we are going to go and the button part. We are going to, so I'm going to be teaching you 2 methods you can actually use to do your button. So first method is you are going to sew it inward, like you sew it inward to the left side, just look at it. This is the right side, so you sew it like this, and so I put it inside like this. But if you know your fabric that is the same thing, the right side and the left side is the same thing, you can actually do it like this, like sew it to the from outside. It's usually to make it more neat. You can do your shirts too like that, or when it just if your fabric is the same thing, like it's not different from the right side, you can do it like this. But if it's different, you turn it like this and sew it. So this is how I'm going to be doing mine. So I just wanted to explain to you guys how you can do it in another way. I'll be right. Okay guys, I'm done with the front part. So the next thing that we're going to be doing now is to join the shoulder of the front together. So like you're seeing it now. Let me put it here. So join the shoulder together. Join it together here, and I'll pick the second one too. The second one, and join it together, and join the side by 1.5 inch that the allowance I put. So when I'm done, I'll be back and show you guys the next step that we are going. So I already joined it, and this is the back. This is the front. Like you can see, it's the same thing in the back. So the back will be like this. You see, to do the hand. So cut the hand, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I already cut out the two hand. So this is the next thing that we are going to be doing. Like, I want to get um the measurement of this back. I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to. I want to get the measurement of this. We joined this place together by this is where our flyer is going to go inside. So I want to get the measurement of this place. Like you see this place. Ehen. Your tape is not good. So this is 4 inches. This is 4 inches. 4 inches. So the 4 inches, sure, for, because this is the back. This is where it's good. This is how it's going to be. So you measure 4 inches here. Where's the chalk? So after you've measured that, so you measure the back side of your hand. Make sure you know that it is the back side of your hand. So you don't go and split it. So this is the right side. Trust me. And this is the right side of the dress. So this is the back side of the dress. You could see this is the back side of the dress. This is how the hand is going to do. So you measure the 4 inches that we measured here, because we are going to split the hand to two. So you measure the 4 inches. That's the way you're seeing it here. So for us to get a straight thing to the down part, you can actually use your ruler to get straight line to down part. To the down part. So you just straight it. Alright guys, I already cut it out. So this is this one, let me explain how this is going to go. So let me go and do it and come and explain it to you guys, so you guys will get what I'm trying to say. You see the hand, this is the down part of the uh, hand, but this space is open with the back that we joined. So this here, I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying. So this is where the sorry guys. So this is where the fly-on is going to start through the back and to the other hand. So the next thing now is that we are going to go and cut a fly straight, or you cut it flare, or you cut it fly. But I'm going to cut my own fly because it depends on the amount of the materials you have. If you don't have much of materials, you can cut it straight and gathers it in the back and the hand. But if you have much fabric, you can use flare and you can use flyer. How to cut a flyer is on my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna put the link down below, and I'll be back. Let me go cut my own and show you guys. Alright guys, I've cut out the flyer. So this is the lining and this is the fabric. You can see, like when I turn it, the both sides will be on the other side. But you can actually use one if your materials is the same thing, that you cannot see the left side. It's not different, but I would advise you use two to make it neat and beautiful, to bring out the style. So this is it. And first of all, I want to join this from this edge. I'll join it from the edge to the down part and join it and turn it and iron it. So I'll come back and tell you how we are going to fix it on the main dress. I've turned it. sew it, notch it, and turn it with my iron. I already iron it. You can see this is the front and this is the back. It's the same thing. Make it more neater if you cut it with the lining. But if you use one, but it depends on the fabric anyway. But I would advise you should use it just the way I do it to make your work more neater. So now, till you turn the dress to the left side. So I have not even lose this space. So I'm supposed to lose it, and we're going to do it like this. So this flyer is a bit longer than the dress. So I'm going to be putting a little gathers in the middle or anyway. So you put the flyers in the middle. Sorry, you put the flyer in the middle, just like this. You put it like this, and you sew it with the allowance you put it, and that is half inch. You sew it down, sew it down to the other side. Let me go and do it and come and show you guys when I'm done. Our clothes is almost ready. So I'm gonna do it. I'll be back. So let me first show you guys the inside. So this is it. I've joined. I've joined the the Ankara and the materials together, as you can see. Making so I'm going to weave this space to make it so to make it neat. So let's go to the right side. Check it out. Oh my god, I'm already falling in love with it. Oh my god. Look at how beautiful it is and so full. Oh my god. So this is what I'm trying to say. So you see the space is well knit and well in the collar. And how to cut the collar is on my YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link down below too, so you can check it out. Cut the collar for a shirt. It's on my YouTube channel, so I'm going to be doing the collar, and we go to. I'll put the button. Let me show you guys the button I want to use. Okay, guys, this is the button I'm going to be using. Yeah, I loved it. I just love the way it looks. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it's a fashionable one. You can actually use any button you want. Yeah, of this button I'm going to be using. So I'm going to cut the collar, put the collar, and put the button. And there's another thing before we take it to our mannequin, so you guys will see how to do the lacing and how to do. But before I go to do that, so this down part you can actually leave it alone straight. But me, I'm not going to be leaving my own straight, so I'm going to be cuffing it. So when you want to cuff, you split it into two like this, and take it to four, just like this. So as you can see, this is this thing. Then you go up. Let's chalk. Okay, you go up by 3 inches or 2 inches. I'm thinking of going up by 3 inches, so to make it more beautiful, you go up by 3 inches or 2 inches. Let me chalk the 2 inches. So you use your ruler, your cuff ruler to do it. So you just draw it like this, and if you feel like 3 inches will be okay, just do it. And when you cut it out, you take it to your machine, and we are going to secure the down part. You secure the down part. So let's just take it to our mannequin. So I'll show you guys how to do the lacing and all of that. I'll be back. Done with the fabric. Like, let me explain to you guys on this mannequin. So like I told you guys, we are going to wear it on mannequin. So this is it. This is how it looks. It's so beautiful actually. I love the down part. It's giving me, so you can see I already put the button in it and the lacing. Like, this mannequin is a small size, and I already lace it to the mannequin size. When we were cutting this dress, we actually use big measurement, like big medium person measurement. But this is a small person. I have to use the lacing to adjust it. Like you see, let me show you the back. So like you can see the hip is giving, like, it's not tight, it's just giving nice things. So this is the back. Like you can see the it's so neat. So even if it fly up, maybe you're in on bike and it fly up, is still going to be neat, and the flyer, you can see how beautiful it looks. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this, you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on notification button to see more of my video when I upload it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye guys, love you guys.